Okay, welcome to Phasmophobia. And so, in the past couple, with new players obviously existing within the game, and they just started. I would like to challenge myself. Oh fuck! And do a game where I am only using the base kit tier 1 items. I'm talking everything is very basic, everything is very guard, everything is just base kit. And on top of that, I'm going to play on Tanglewood on amateur mode, ju- just to simulate what it's like being a new player. But without further ado, let's get straight into it.
We've arrived. Check the equipment and get set up before investigating.
Shush.
There have been new reports of a cursed object nearby.
Okay, so, well, I suggest, then again, you can go in with whatever you want. Shut up. Shut up. Thank you. You can go in with whatever you want. I honestly just like to go in with a flashlight, a thermometer, and an EMF reader, all because it's like possibly the best stuff that you can go in with. But then again, you can run with whatever you want. Well, what do you know? And we immediately have EMF 5 off rip in the bathroom. And it also is messing with a lot of shit. So yeah, this is most likely the ghost room as it turned on the light in here. And I'm even going to teach you guys some stuff. So since we have EMF 5, the ghosts it can be are a spirit, wraith, Jin, Shade, Oni, Goryo, Twins, Myling, Raiju, or Nobake, which is... Hello? Okay, so this ghost is already very active, like just spawning into the game, and I'm pretty sure that even this might be the ghost room. By the way, on amateur mode, the breaker always starts off, so you don't ever have to worry about having to find the breaker, but if you ever do need to find the breaker, it is in one of two places. Let me check for cursed possession. It is either, okay, so I have monkey paw. So it can either be right here in the basement, whether we can find summoning circle here, Ouija board here, on Tanglewood, and then since we have the monkey pot, it's in that cabinet over there. If you find the tarot cards, it'll be right there on the little stand by the couch. Mirror is gonna be right here, and music box will be right here, and then the voodoo doll will be in the garage, like directly to your left once you enter, right there. But in that case, and also circuit breakers right here, can either be right here in the garage or in the basement, like down there. Yeah, we already have EMF 5 off rip. So that mentions all the ghostly that I mentioned previously. I don't remember what they said. I don't remember what they were because I'm lazy. But a shade. Okay, I'm actually going to talk about every single ghost in this. And so hold on. We know it's not a mayor since it won't turn it off instantly, and it's also not an option. If a ghost turns off the breaker, we know instantly it is not a Jinn. So you can definitely do whatever you want here. I'm just gonna throw it down here, throw this down here. Let me fix this. We also found the bone in the bathroom, so that's good to know. So now let's actually head in. And you can grab whatever you want at this point. I'm just gonna grab a ultraviolet and a ghost book, just so that I can do whatever I need to do in the room. And yeah, I'm going to place it down here. Look around for ultraviolet. We have cold breath, so this is the ghost room. If we haven't waited so long, we might have found ultraviolet, but it's okay. So I'm gonna put that here. I'm also gonna put that here. I'm going to come back with my last couple of stuff, and then I'll explain as to how everything goes. So, and also I want to explain this right now. For ghosts to hunt, if the ghost can hunt, most ghosts can hunt at an average sanity of 50%, and once the clock goes down to 0. And with cursed possessions, it completely disregards that. So, and if you look over here, uh, James Barber is the ghost name, and then response to everyone. On higher difficulties, it will say we're unsure, and if you have the Ouija board, um, you can ask it like, oh, do you like respond to everyone? And it'll say yes, I do, or no, I don't. And if I am not wrong, that is spirit, that's ghost orbs. So it is either a Raiju or an Obake. I wonder what a touch to give off. Hold on. Here we go. So definitely record stuff while you're in here. And once you get stuff like the photo camera and the sound recorder, definitely record everything you find. Is that the ghostwriting book? I don't think it wrote anything, so we can immediately cross off ghostwriting. And also, that's just not even a piece of evidence. Now, let's just look around a little bit. There's definitely throwing stuff. Actually, let me go ahead and, oh yeah, hold on. I'm actually gonna put this in the room. And we actually have two really good ghosts to explain as to how ghosts work in Phasmophobia. Since we have two of like the most complicated ghosts, but also some of the easiest to understand ghosts. It is. Are you here? Where are you? Are you friendly? Oh yeah, wait, I don't think it can respond. I don't think, yeah, Spirit Box is not evidence. It's either gonna be ultraviolet or dots. That's actually I might do the strategy where I shit, what's it called? What is it again? Hold on. Where's my camera? It turned off the breaker. God dang it. And of course, be very careful as to how you play with ghosts like the DOJ, with ghosts like the Raiju, because the Raiju can speed up, including with line of sight. So I'll explain hunts once you do get one, and I survive one, hopefully. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh, okay, that was dots. So it is a Raiju. So we have a Raiju with us. And actually, let me explain as to how Raijus are. Raijus are one of the ghosts in the game that will speed up in the game. It's one of many ghosts. The ghosts that can speed up are the Raiju, Moroi, Deojin, Fei, Mimic, because it can mimic any of the ghosts that I'm about to mention, Twins, Jin, Hantu, Revenant, and I feel like I'm missing one more. No, I think that's it. Yeah, those are all the ghosts that can 1 billion that can speed up, and I'll even explain them all of them to you, like and how they behave during hunts. So the Raiju, it's the ghost that we have right now. If the Raiju, when it's hunting, is nearby any electrical equipment, for example, your flashlight your or anything that may be electrical, it will speed up drastically, and obviously and every single ghost can sense your electrical equipment, but Raiju is the only one that will actually speed up within the proximity of electrical equipment. The Moroi, the way that the Moroi speeds up is that if the lower your sanity is, the faster it gets. It's as simple as that. the Diogen, possibly my favorite ghost and the only ghost I have yet to encounter. I've encountered them all except for the Dio, and I want to encounter it. And they're, the ghost is touching with everything. The Diogen will find wherever you are, regardless of where you are in the building. So whether if you're on a really big map or a really small map like Tanglewood, it will find you, and so hiding isn't effective. The Fae is actually one of the most unique ghosts, and possibly another one of my favorite ghosts, where it starts off really young, then as you're in the ghost room, it ages over time, and then it also applies to hunts. So the younger it is, the faster it is. The older it gets, the slower it becomes, until it is one of the slowest ghosts in the game. The Mimic can mimic any one of the speed up ghosts, and it can also just mimic any other ghost in the game. The twins can have one of two twins during a hunt, whether that being the slow or the fast twin during a hunt. And if it's the fast twin, it'll have a very slight speed up, but that's okay if you can handle it. The Jin, if it sees you and it's within a certain line, if it's in with a certain distance of you and it has line of sight, it will be faster. However, when it gets closer to you, it will slow down, allowing you to react a little bit. The Hantu, they the colder the room is, the faster it gets, and the warmer the room is, the slower it is. So let's just say I'm looping the ghost around this room, and it is very slow. However, if I go back to the ghost room or even go somewhere into like the basement or the garage, it becomes a much faster and also becomes much more aggressive. And then next up, the first ever ghost that can speed up within the game that's been in the game since the very beginning, the Revenant. And however, the journal says it's slow but violent. I find that kind of bullcrap. So where is it? Is a violent ghost that will attack. Oh, okay, yeah, they definitely meant. Okay, yeah, they changed that because originally it said the Revenant was a slow but violent ghost, which had led a lot of newer players at like in 2020 or like the earlier builds to think that the Revenant is a very slow ghost. It is not, and at that time it was actually the fastest ghost in the game. And I think that is about it. So if you want, so if I actually I might not since the monkey paw is the cursed possession. Actually, let me grab it. And I'll even explain everything to you. Let me go over to text, apply. So the monkey paw is possibly my least favorite cursed possession, all because it's so new. It's because it's so new player unfriendly, and even for like intermediate players, it's very unfriendly with those players because of how complicated it is. So once I like interact, there are a set amount of wishes, and for the ghost, I'll explain it to them. I wish to see the ghost. Um, Basically, is it will be blinded, and it'll cause the ghost to hunt. I wish for activity. Um, Basically doubles activity in the area, and I think permanently breaks the breaker as well. I wish to trap the ghost. Traps the ghost in the ghost room for about 1 minute, and then all the doors will be locked, and then once it's free, it'll start a hunt. The player, if it's I wish to be sane, well, all this works for voice recognition as well. If it's I wish to be sane, if you say I wish to be sane, your sanity will be set to 50 on the dot. However, your sanity drain will be increased drastically. I wish to be safe will unblock any hiding place, especially on the higher difficulty maps, like night on high difficulty modes, for example, Nightmare and even Insanity. I wish to leave, where it only works during a hunt, where if you say I wish to leave, will unlock the front door, but it'll make you very slow, and I think the ghost will know where you are permanently. And then other ones, if I wish to revive my friend, has can allow you to revive a friend, but then has a 50% chance of killing the user that says the wish. A wish for knowledge crosses out a potential evidence, but muffles and blinds the player permanently for the rest of the hunt. And then whether you can do whatever you want with this. For example, if you say I wish for the sun, it's now sunny outside. And then let's just say you do something like, oh, I wish for the snow, I wish for the fog. It'll say that and it'll just change the weather. It's just to make the map look better. just to overall manipulate as to how the ghost may act, because different ghosts act with different weathers. I think that's only the Hantu that it applies to, but overall, this is my least favorite curse possession. I don't ever want to use it, and all curse possessions are like locked in place. God damn it. So I think it's about time we leave. But yeah, I explained everything to you and all the cursed possessions, but we will do one more hunt on Amateur and on Tanglewood again. And so don't worry, it will only don't worry, I will explain all the other cursed possessions too if we do end up finding anything different. But yeah, don't worry, this is just an explanation. And then of course we have the
Welcome back.
Raiju.
I've got some jobs ready for you.
And then of course don't worry about any of the side objectives at the moment, especially for the ones that I have right now. You shouldn't have to worry because these only apply to items that you have. So let me show you. So repel the ghost with an incense. That you only get that once you get the incense and the igniter. Capture 3 unique videos with a video camera. You can do that instantly. Capture a photo. Capture a photo of any successful reading on the EMF reader. You need the camera and the EMF reader for this. And if you're me, who has everything in the game at tier 1 or some at tier 2, almost the whole. I almost have like the whole base kit at tier 2. It doesn't really matter. But let's also just walk around the lobby. There is also challenges here. The lighthouse. Now this is just your achievements. This is for the camp maps. So you have to just find the ghost um, in one of the camp maps 50 times, which is kind of stupid to me. And then Sunny Meadows, which is also connected to Apocalypse. You don't have to worry about that. Just guess the ghost correctly 50 times in Sunny Meadows, which is just fine. Lighthouse, just guess the ghost correctly 50 times in Point Hope. That's all that it is. But, um, yeah, but actually, I will explain this in another episode when I'm a little bit higher level, like around level 50. And I also have all cursed possessions in the game, and I even have a couple extra like tier 2, tier 3 items. Yeah, anyway, I hope you all enjoy the rest of your days. Peace.